Hi, I'm James, Operations Director here at Your Personal Training. Welcome to this very special VIP webinar today, where I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Karl Bailey. Karl is a personal trainer at the Beacon Centre in Beaconsfield, and today we're going to explore some of the traits and success habits that Karl has adopted to build his successful personal training business. Karl, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to have a chat.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time. Karl, to start us off, give us a sense of your background before you started personal training.
Yeah, of course. It was quite interesting. Sort of came out of uni, started the standard working in the gym, did the models, worked a few classes, a few hours, and then eventually built to rent models and then kind of fell into PE teaching. So I became a PE teacher, kind of did more part-time PT, and then tried to start picking up my PT business part-time again, which was quite tough. And then decided after COVID to get back out full-time, which I started with Your Personal Training, and I've never looked back. Yes.
That's fantastic insight. Brilliant. That's fantastic insight. So you're a career changer. So you've moved from PE teaching into personal training.
Yes,
so what skills did you learn as a PE teacher that you've now applied?
So I taught from 3 years old to about 12 years old. So patience was a massive thing, but a different way of coaching and trying to simplify things better and try and get the goal that I wanted from children and listening a lot more and that. So there's loads of skills that was really helpful, because having the background before, having a little bit of PT work as well, and then going into the PE teaching stuff it's a really interesting mixture, because you blend them together and you've got this kind of more calmer and more sort of patient feel about things, but you can understand different viewpoints. That goes for the staff as well. I was working at a primary school with I was like the only guy with 30 women, so that was an interesting insight about how teachers spend their days and don't take care of themselves because they're working so hard and so on. Yeah, so it was an interesting crossover for sure.
That's fantastic. So what I'm getting from that is the ability to build successful relationships with your clients.
Yes.
And also with your colleagues within the centre as well, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. It was kind of being the PE teacher, you were, there's almost this element of you have to be the fun one and you have to bounce around, you have to make other people feel better. And that's kind of the same when it gets to a PT, really. Like you're in the centre and you want to be the face, you want to be friendly, you want everyone to enjoy themselves in the centre and not make the gym somewhere to be sort of like dreading, essentially. You want them to come into the gym smiling, having fun, enjoying themselves and achieving their goals. So, yeah. That's
amazing to hear. And one of the big themes with your PT is we strongly believe you should be the heartbeat of your fitness facility. So
yes, yeah.
That's a massively important part. But building a PT business isn't easy. Give us a flavour of where you started and where you are today, in terms of client base.
Yeah, of course. So going into the Beacon Centre where I'm based, I started like the day after the gyms opened after COVID. Yeah. They opened the door and I was in. I'd spoken to Sean, my Your PT mentor, about sort of starting up, and it was a long wait as we signed the contract and then COVID hit.
Of course, it was.
But we went in, of course, like people were very apprehensive getting back into the gym. So I've got about, we started about 200 members, 300 members back in the gym when COVID sort of finally let us back in. And it was very much, Your PT had the right sort of goals for me. First 5 sessions, first 10 sessions, 15, and then you can just get out there talking to people. And it started with very nerve-wracking getting out there to chatting people on the gym floor to let's get on with this, let's do this, let's get out there, let's make people feel, let's not make it about me, let's make it about the people that you're going to help.
Yeah.
And the targets and the sort of thresholds to meet was really helpful for me, just to stay focused on helping people and hitting my targets rather than my nerves and my sort of insecurities.
Absolutely.
Essentially. Yeah. So, and then I went through all the brackets over the 90 days. Managed to build up to my sort of 15 sessions per week when I was a part-time trainer, and because I was still with a PE teacher, and it was tough. I was working all hours of the day because I was working from sort of 6 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Yeah, sure.
And then slowly but surely became a full-time PT because I had 15 sessions and I couldn't take any more. And that seemed like a silly scenario to me. So I was like, helping children was amazing, but for me, my calling was to get out there helping sort of with personal training, coaching. So went full time and never looked back. Slowly built it up to a 30 session a week sort of business, and hopefully kind of building in the future, taking on a trainer to kind of work under me so I can kind of push on from there.
That's incredible. It's such a great journey, that is, Karl, and it's really great to hear. And I mean, throughout that process, what you've conveyed there is you've made stepping stones in terms of your career. So you were partly employed as a PE teacher, partly self-employed as a PT. Where was the trigger switch that kind of pushed you to go full time?
So I was working as the PE teacher, and I loved it, but there was no sense of progression there. And I think because I was a primary school PE teacher, I'd been there for 4 to 5 years. I loved helping people, but you get to that stage where you're just not progressing. You're not changing in any way, and I think that made me a bit restless. And I just wanted to move on. I wanted to grow. I wanted to push on and help more people in different ways. So mainly the big push was I sort of threw myself into education and did lots of courses and just started to find that passion, that love about helping people with their movement, their posture, but taking that onto physique as well. And it kind of, I decided to move from being the PE teacher to actually going to work in a full-time role somewhere where I still work part-time in the centre, and I wanted to get a mortgage. That was a big goal for me, and I just decided, you know what, let's do this. Let's not go into employment anymore. Let's just bet on myself.
Nice.
And let's just do this. And I'm happy to say I've got a mortgage, I've got a cat, and yes,
life is good.
Yeah, life's good. That's good.
That's brilliant. That's really, really good. And it's a real life story as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's great. You touched on CPD and additional learning. Do you believe there's a correlation between CPD and developing yourself professionally and success in PT?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Massive. I think I went through quite a lot of like mental toughness stuff as well, and sort of reflection, and I went through this drill with multiple people, and one of my main things that I sort of found out about myself is that through my challenges that I've worked through, I make sure that I never give up, I learn more, and I reflect more. Yeah, so really those three things.
Actually, yeah.
So as soon as I started throwing myself into education more and pushing myself with my knowledge and the way that I coach, I was much more confident in selling my service, and because it became less about I'm desperate to get sessions and more about I'm going to help you here.
Yeah.
So let's do this kind of thing. So it was good.
That's fantastic. Good, No, that's brilliant. It's really good to hear. And I mean, the road to success is never a clear one. No. There's ups and downs along the way. Yeah. If you can pinpoint one thing, what's been the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome since starting as a PT?
So one thing's tough. There's been multiple along the way, and it's changed. Starting off with nerves with getting out there chatting to people. But if I had to pick one thing, it would be when I finally managed to get busier and accepting sessions, was stop working all hours of the day and actually start choosing a niche so I can target the right people, so I can enjoy what I'm doing even more, helping the people I want to help, and sort of attracting the right type of clients and all that. So niching down and knowing exactly who I'm targeting was a challenge at first. and I still work on it. But yeah, I absolutely think I know who I want to help, and that makes it really easy to get out there and get them. So putting yourself out right in the front people makes them want to buy from you more. So
absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think identifying the weaknesses, making the tweak, it sets you on that road to success. A lot quicker. That's brilliant. It's been great talking to you today, Karl. And as we kind of close off the session, can you share with us one reason why someone who's not in the industry, so maybe a career changer like yourself, should make the leap and become a personal trainer?
So I'd have to twist your arm and go 2 reasons.
Okay, fine with that.
Number one, just helping people makes you feel so much better. You don't want to make it about yourself, but if you want to improve your mindset, your sort of happiness in life, there's nothing better than actually helping other people with their life, their health particularly. And the second part is just taking control of your own diary. If you want to go on holiday, you can plan ahead and you can just go. You haven't got to speak to anyone. You can just arrange it so that you block that time out in your diary and you can just go away. You can spend more time at home if you want. You can spend all hours in the gym if you want, but that's your choice. And making people happier, so you make yourself happier, and taking control of your own diary.
Perfect. Couldn't put it better myself. I mean, great to have full control, full autonomy, and it sounds like you're doing a terrific job. So congratulations. Thank you very much for your time.
No, pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you again.